didn't hear nothing out.
Yeah, hold on, little niner. What's going on, Mongoose? Good to hear you up in there, man. I'm slow cruising this thing. Don't give me a... You ain't even got a call.
Hey, it's me, Shane, Gemini Garage, and since I'm pulling out some of these antennas and just kind of doing a quick review on them individually, this one here, really cool little antenna. It's the Cobra HGA-1000, and this one was in the first, there's two Mag Mount Mania videos, Mag Mount Mania 2025, and then the second one, Mondo Mag Mount Mania 2025. And the Mondo one is from the Tram 300 up to all the large ones, and the first one, Mag Mount Mania 2025, that one is really small antennas, 8-inch duck up to the Wilson 500. So be sure to watch that test if you're interested in smaller to medium antennas. And again, this was in that test, and there's a lot of interesting things about this antenna because there's some clones. There's some clones of this antenna that just outright don't work, and then there's some other antennas that are very, very similar to this antenna but aren't quite this antenna. So we'll get into that in a minute. So anyways, again, going to introduce the HGA-1000, and since it's a smaller antenna, I'm going to go around and zoom in a little bit so we can get a little bit of a close-up on it and get into the details on it. Okay, so here we are back at the antenna, and again, I got two of these. You really need to, if you're interested in this antenna, or even really any antennas in this size, I urge you to watch Mag Mount Mania 2025 with the smaller to medium antennas. It's got everything you need to know and want to know about this antenna here. So real quick, this antenna here, I just did measure it, and it's about 18 inches tall from the very, very bottom where it would stick onto your car to the very, very top. Of course, you might want to add another inch in there because, you know, depending on your mast, your whip adjustment in here, you know, it might be, you know, ½ inch or inch or so longer or shorter depending on your application. It's got a 100-watt power rating on it. It's got some really nice coax with it, and the one of my favorite features is it's got this nice little rubber base or rubber boot on the base here. You know, it's not a super strong magnet. It's more than enough for this antenna. There's not a lot here, you know, with this antenna. It's pretty compact, which is why I like it. This and the President New Virginia, both of them, you know, kind of win the award for being stealthy antennas that you would, you know, you could take with you. You could bring these with you, you know, and put them on a friend's car if you were going on a road trip or something, and no one's going to freak out because it's not a, you know, big, huge, you know, like a Wilson 1000 or a Striker or, you know, a Serio P2000 or something crazy like that, right? They're not going to freak out over something like this. So, yeah, great antenna. Again, there's some test results and everything you really need to know about it in the one video. I just kind of wanted to take a couple minutes out and just single this out and do a little bit of a overview on it. And now I'm going to take a real quick second, and I'm going to back the camera up again and set these aside a little bit. And again, this is the Cobra HGA-1000. There are some antennas out there that look like this antenna and are similar to this antenna but are not. So let me get with that. Okay, so I'm going to try not to be confusing here, if I can. All right. So again, we've got the HGA-1000, and this is the packaging that it comes in. And this is what it looks like together and assembled. You've been looking at it for the last 5 minutes, so hopefully you see what it looks like, all right? Now, what you absolutely do not want to get is this thing here called the Car Antenna 1187. It looks like this. You can tell because it's kind of got this nickel-plated mast and a little bit of a riser here. You do not want to get this antenna here. This thing basically tested like it had a short in it. It had like a 12-to-1 SWR or something. It's just a very poorly made clone. I'm really not sure what the deal with it is. I actually bought 2 of these just in case there was something wrong with this one. But the problem is these are all over eBay being advertised as the HGA-1000, or at least they were. As a matter of fact, when you would type in HGA-1000, you'd get more of these popping up in the results than you did the actual Cobra. So be forewarned, you do not want car antenna 1187 in this packaging. And if you don't see it in this packaging, it looks like this. Again, you do not want this one here. You do not want, you can see what's going on here. You do not want the nickel plated one with the short little curly cues in it like that. Right? This one, bad. Now, real quick, just switch gears here. Okay, so again, super quickie recap here. HGA-1000. And then that's what one actually looks like. And then you got this car antenna 1187 here that looks like this, and you do not want this one here. This is the packaging that it's in. But to make things more confusing, if they aren't already confusing enough, enter the Stereo Omega 27 MagTech 1345. It's also known as a truck spec antenna, and it seems like there's another name that it goes by as well. So where to start with this thing here? This is basically, as far as I can tell, pretty much the same antenna, except instead of having a longer whip with a fewer amount of coils in it, it's a shorter whip with more coils in it. The bases seem to be identical. This one does come with a rubber boot on it as well. It's in packaging here. So you can see they're basically the same antenna, except somebody stretched this one out and somebody shortened this one. Like I said, if you go check out the Mag Mount Mania 2025 test, I test all these antennas in there. These have a higher SWR because it's got more coils closer together as opposed to these here. But again, that's neither here nor there. Just telling you, you've got this other antenna that looks just pretty much exactly like the Cobra, and I believe they share the same base, and I think the antenna mast is even the same, or the whip is even the same, you know, type of metal. It's just shortened over here and stretched out over here. Again, this one here is known as the Intech Mag 1345. It's also known as the Stereo Omega 27. It's also known as the iFigure. No name or number or anything. It's just it comes in this iFigure one is the same antenna, but it comes in this brown box here. And then I believe there's also a brand called Truck Spec that markets this same antenna. And again, these are all the antenna that's just like the Cobra, except it's got like the shorter whip on it. And again, not to be confused with this piece of crap here, which you absolutely don't want, which is the car antenna 1187. So you got all that? So yeah, if you're really wanting a Cobra HGA-1000, which is a pretty good little antenna, don't get anything that does not come in a package that looks like this. I can tell you that. So I'm not saying this antenna is necessarily bad, okay, it's just it's got 3 or 4 different names and it's just not this one. So there you go. Again, check out Mag Mount Mania 2025 for a little more clarification and some testing on all these, and yeah. So once again, the Cobra HGA-1000, great antenna. Make sure you get the right one. Shane, Gemini Garage. I know, huh? It's crazy, and it's just like when I started doing this test, I'm like, holy crap! The stuff does need to be sorted through. So yeah, I'm the one that got to do. I bought 2 of those. I bought 2 of these. I bought a couple of these. So yeah.